So Happy Death Day is a movie about a young girl named Tree who keeps dying on her birthday, hence the title. The film has been called the horror version of Groundhog's Day, which is understandable. Similar premises as it pertains to the protagonist being stuck in a time loop. A time loop that takes place on a certain holiday or a special day in the main character's lives. Happy Death Day, however, plays out more like a murder mystery than a horror film, or even a parody of Groundhog's Day. The film is fairly straightforward and doesn't exactly address the reasoning behind our main character Tree being able to relive the same day over and over again. Granted, neither did Groundhog Day, but a movie such as this, it's likely that there's a deeper reason behind why the main character is able to relive the same day over and over again. After all, it's revealed in the film that the injuries she sustains from each and every one of the deaths she tends to have carry on to the next day, the very same day that she's reliving over and over again. The doctor that examines Tree concludes, based on her injuries, that she technically should be dead. Pretty much she's a walking contradiction in human biology. A zombie, even, but she's not acting like a zombie. One thing that most modern day films in the time loop genre tend to do is explain, sometimes over-explain, why a character might be stuck in a time loop. A movie that has a similar premise of dying and reliving the very same day over and over again is Edge of Tomorrow. It's explained in Edge of Tomorrow that the mimics are a superorganism in which the Omega controls the brain, while the alphas behave as the ganglia in which the Omega controls ordinary mimics. If an alpha is terminated, the Omega resets the day and rearranges its tactics until the battle is won. Now, Tom Cruise's character inherited this particular power, which is why whenever he dies in battle, the day resets and he relives it over and over again. Now, how does all this relate to Happy Death Day? Well, perhaps Tree had a little run-in with an alien the night prior, you know. Actually, let's not even go there. This is a horror/thriller film, not a science fiction flick. So that particular theory of Tree having alien blood is far-fetched. Or is it? After all, when you look at the film it's undeniably in the horror genre. But there's a science fiction element the movie harbors, as the antagonist Pennywise is actually an interdimensional alien from outer space. How many of you knew that? You see? So maybe it isn't too far-fetched as one might think it'd be. Perhaps Tree's abilities to relive the same day stems from her connection to her mother. The film doesn't explore too much of her mother's background, but what we do know is that she died not too long ago and that Tree and her mom were very close. They also celebrated their birthdays on the same day. They were birthday twins. One way to interpret the events of the movie is the main character is already dead. Perhaps the main character, Tree, initially died within the first few minutes of the film, upon receiving the first death. And all preceding deaths were her wayward soul trying to find redemption and meaning in her continuous purgatorial journey through reliving the same day over and over again. As we've seen in the first few minutes of the film, Tree isn't exactly the nicest of girls. From what we're shown, seems like she's very self-absorbed, promiscuous, and cares little about other people's feelings. It's fair to say that she's the perfect candidate for hell. Not that I'm the one to make that call. As we know from numerous depictions in films, everyone's hell or purgatory is different. And maybe Tree's purgatory is constantly set on reset until her ghost that's stuck in this world finds the answers to set her soul free. Now, we've all heard that the reason ghosts may linger within the world of the living is because there's something still tying them to the physical world. That's something the television show Supernatural has taught me very well. There's always some physical object that has value and meaning to the ghost that ties them to this world. And the longer they remain in this world, the stronger they become and are able to manipulate items within the real world. So what was the item binding Tree to the real world? Well, it was that bracelet that was given to her by her mom. One of the things we see as the movie progresses is her character becoming more and more vengeful, determined to solve her own death. The movie, in essence, is the depiction of how the world is now from the eyes of the ghost, Tree, a dead person who is doomed to remain in the land of the living until she resolves the cause of her death and makes amends with those she hurt. Now, Of course, I could be completely off base here and overanalyzing the heck out of this film. It could just be as simple as the director and writer of the film just wanted to make a film similar to Groundhog's Day, where there's absolutely no rhyme or reason to the day repeating itself. Although, I'm going to tell you right now, I highly doubt that is the case. Even films such as Donnie Darko don't exactly come right out and explain what we're witnessing in the film. Perhaps much like Donnie Darko, there's a such thing as a parallel universe within this particular world where our character seems to be altering the outcome of things by doing something slightly different from the last, thus creating a multiverse of some sort, where each time as she does something slightly different, it alters this particular timeline. Certain actions might lead to others' deaths, more deaths, something undeniably different than the last. Happy Death Day is definitely one of those films that you can take for surface value and enjoy it for what it is. But if you decide to peel back the many layers of this convoluted onion, you might just find yourself crying out of confusion. I know I did. Hopefully this was enough to clear up a few things for you. Thanks for watching, and be sure to let me know your thoughts on Happy Death Day overall. Hopefully this was enough to make you think deeper about the film. If you enjoyed the video, click that like button and be sure to subscribe for more content such as this. I'm Akeem. Thank you guys for watching, and until the next one, I will see you guys in, well, the next one, friends. Peace.